Does the law of the land extend over the water as well? Our next guest lost his floating home because his hometown wanted to reclaim its waterfront. Well, now he's taken his case all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court, and the ruling could have a major impact all across the country. Former floating homeowner Fane Lozman is my guest this morning. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
All right, so explain for us in simple terms what this argument is all about.
Basically, a floating home is just a house that floats. It's built to building code. They pay property taxes. They have homestead exemptions, and they should come under state landlord-tenant law versus a houseboat that's a type of vessel that has propulsion, is used to drive around.
All right, so let's take a look at a picture of yours because it no longer exists, correct?
That's correct.
What happened?
The city evicted me in state court saying I had a dangerous dachshund. I won the state court eviction. They then went to federal court and said I had a vessel. A federal judge arrested my home, towed it to Miami, and 10 months later he ordered it sold at the U.S. Marshal auction. The city purchased my home and destroyed it at taxpayers' expense.
And you believe that this was payback? Why?
When I first moved to Riviera Beach, I helped kill a $2.4 billion redevelopment that was going to take 2,200 homes via eminent domain, along with the city marina that had been public for the previous 100 years, to make into a mega yacht in an upscale community.
Mm-hmm. And so you believe that that's why your home was ultimately destroyed. Now, this has gone all the way to the Supreme Court. What are the ramifications of this case? Because it's not just about your town, is it?
Oh, certainly not. The ramifications is, should floating structures that include riverboat casinos, other floating homes, floating restaurants, floating hotels, they have some floating power plants, certain types of oil rigs and stuff like that, should they come under state jurisdiction or should they come under federal jurisdiction? Mm-hmm. And our argument is those should come under state jurisdiction.
Right. And okay, so it's a state versus a federal issue. Now, if in fact you do win this case, do you get your home back? How does this work?
I'm not sure what's going to happen. Hopefully I'll be compensated for my home being illegally seized, but we'll just have to see what happens.
Okay, so the city would have to compensate you for your legal fees at least. And where have you been living since your home was destroyed?
I've been living down in Miami.
Okay. Very interesting case. We've talked a lot about eminent domain on this show. This is yet another example of that. Fane Lozman, let us know what the Supreme Court says.
I sure will. Thank you very much.
And we reached out to Riviera Beach, Florida officials and have not yet heard back.